What's not possible, Ian?
Creating an open world RPG like Star Wars. You know, it's funny, but I honestly don't want to fucking kick this guy too much. I really don't, I guess. So, everyone probably has heard this story. If not, a gentleman launched a Kickstarter. I believe he was 20 years old. And it was for an open world RPG that he wanted to make like Star Wars. But not Star Wars.
Like
Star Wars. And everything was going to be similar to Star Wars, but not. Lightsabers, spaceships, battles. It was going to have... I'm going to get to the kicker here in a second. It was going to have graphics better than Battlefront. Now, say what you will about Battlefront, and there are definitely negative things to say about it, even though I'm enjoying it. It's one of the nicest fucking looking games out right now. He was going to have graphics better than Battlefront. He was the only team member. It was going to come out in December 2017. And
give himself 2 years at least.
And
that's for $200,000.
Guys, fuck you. Guys, all he wanted was $200,000 to make this dream come true.
Took a long time.
I was working up to it, you dick.
Well, okay.
Anyways.
And here's the kicker you missed. His only material, no video, no list of like sketchings of the game designer graphics. All he had was an image done in the opening scroll saying episode Devin, which is his first name, open world RPG with some graphics you can't even, I guess, read all of, as far as I can say. Only 20 years old. Maybe he's touched or something. I don't know.
No, there was an interview with him.
You look at his bio, though. He says, I have owned businesses ranging from clothing to stocks. I don't know what business is where you own stocks.
No.
It's not a business where I just own stocks. I don't know.
An interview was done with him.
I didn't see that. Where was that?
I wish I could fucking look it up while I'm talking. It's in that article.
Thanks. I'll do your work for you.
There was an interview done with him, and it was mild. And basically, he said he works a counter job. He's bored.
But his own stocks and clothing.
Apparently not really. He works a counter job. He was bored, and he was driving along with a friend one day. He lives in, I believe, just some rural fucking part of Texas. And he just wanted, he was wondering where his life was going and what he wanted to do, and he decided he wanted to make this game. And he even admitted that he doesn't know anything about making games, which is obvious. And that's where a lot of the humor and the passing around of this came from, was within the game development community. It was like, look at this guy who thinks he's going to make this game by himself for $200,000. And the only thing that I will say really negative about this is what gives legitimate Kickstarters such grief from people who are like, really? You need $2.5 million to make this game? Well, this person only needed this much to make their game. People either don't realize that there's backers behind the scenes that already have money invested, or they don't realize that a lot of these Kickstarters are pie-in-the-sky ideas with budgets that are completely unrealistic.
Some of his comments from the Kickstarter pitch, Devin. As I know, there are very good games over Star Wars. I guess he meant about Star Wars. But within the bounds of good taste, I believe that these RPGs over Star Wars...
Okay, hold on. I do want to say something real quick. He said that he wrote the entire pitch on his iPhone, which is why there's so many spelling errors. Sorry, continue.
I believe that these RPGs over Star Wars have not reached their full potential.
All right.
I do not feel immersed in these games.
KOTOR's horrible.
I'm not talking about a 1995/2005 game that could be created in a month or two. Yes, because that's how long it took to create, Knights of the Old Republic. I'm talking about a Star Wars RPG that will completely blow people away, like Fallout 4 or The Witcher 3 did. These RPGs set the benchmark of how future RPGs should look, and they are a good blueprint to go on. I want to make something that is like this in some respects, but goes even further. It will have the graphics of Battlefront, or better, with the feel of The Witcher 3. So, he's either insane or delusional. Or he has some mental issues we don't know about.
Quite honest, I mean...
Do you think or maybe he's just so optimistic about he could do it?
I mean, any of these things are that way, but I'm sorry. I'm not a person who's going to jump to the conclusion that someone is mentally disabled or has a mental issue. I mean, he could, but over-optimism is one thing. But what I really think it comes from is people who just honestly have no fucking clue how game development works.
Well, did he realize that when Disney got a sniff of this, that they would come crashing down,
right. I mean,
like the mafia they are?
That's a different thing entirely.
Like even referring to it as even if you say Star Wars in quotes, that Disney be like, no.
That's a whole different ball of wax.
The mouse does not abide by this. like if this did not get taken down himself, I'd give it another week at most, and they would show up at his front door.
Yeah.
We're not talking a polite, they'd be there like
especially,
a team.
Especially because the Kickstarter, like you said, the only image, there's no video, just says Star Wars.
Yes.
It just says Star Wars.
Yes, and you don't think they have an idea of a game or, okay. Devin, you're probably a nice kid down in Texas. Let's have it. How about we do a Kickstarter for something that's not someone else's property, and then we'll begin from there.
Start with a click and play game.
There you go.